This week we celebrated the 30th anniversary of Shrek, or well, basically Dreamworks, if I may say so myself. But it was Shrek Night on the Master Singer season 13 this week, and all our remaining four Group A singers competed for a spot in the Group A finals, and another singer was forced to be unmasked by the end. We've got a lot to talk about in this week's recap and review of the Master Singer season 13 for episode 2. So let's get straight into this video. Now, I just want to brush up a couple of apologies here because, number one, I'm kind of recording this almost 11 o'clock at night. It's Friday, so I'm literally recording this almost 11 o'clock at night. So after this, I'm probably going to go sleep almost straight away because I'm pretty knackered because, especially with BGT tomorrow, I'm making a lot of videos and content on that. And also, I've actually got hiccups at the minute. So if you hear me kind of hiccup, I don't know if you heard it there, but I've kind of got a case of hiccups, so which is just it's all it can be very very irritating. So my voice, I might jump kind of my voice. Well, I can't see, and I might kind of jump or stop. I might stop for a couple of seconds, and then so you may have to bear with me just a minute for this video recap tonight. So yeah, it was Shrek Night. And basically, they were basically celebrating the 30th anniversary of Dreamworks because they are the creators who made Shrek. And honestly, it's such a good movie as well. And I've seen it many times. It never fails to make me laugh every time I watch it. And the jokes they did in that movie were just amazing. Like the compensating joke, like the other jokes, were just absolutely fantastic, and it kind of went over my head when I watched when I was a youngster. So that was pretty cool. And we had an opening tonight. Well, a few days ago, this week basically, we had Ken open up the show with All Star, which is the song that's in the beginning of the film, and I thought he did pretty cool. And that the judges kind of joined in at the end, just kind of with Ken, and it was a very fun opening as well. So yeah, it was a really good opening, and honestly, Ken hasn't got a bad singing voice, and which is pretty cool. And can I just say that he absolutely nailed that Lord Farquaad costume? It was absolutely brilliant on him, just superb. He looked superb in that outfit. But without any further ado, let's get straight into the recap for this week, and we're starting off with Coral. Hang on, I need to get my list up quickly in terms of the performances. Sorry, I've got my hiccups tonight. I've had them for the past 10 minutes, so I apologise in advance if you hear me having hiccups. So anyway, she performed "Accidentally in Love" by Counting Crows. A really good song choice for her voice as well, because I think it really showed the versatility in her voice, really well. So I thought she did a great performance on that, and overall, she has just got such an amazing range to her voice. She's just absolutely fantastic. This was an amazing performance from her. So my guess for Coral is basically the same as I said last week, and I'm sticking with this guess, and I'm 100% confident it is Meg Donnelly. The clues going through this week, we'll go through now. So the spider, we saw a spider there. She was in the Spider-Man TV series where she voiced Scream. The comic book references I think could be a link to that as well, because I think she was in the comic book movie or TV series or something. We saw a pack of wolves, a wolf pack, and she was in the sequel to the first zombies film, which was Wolf Tales. And the silver screen, and she as a reference to cinema and films, and she's been in many films. So that one I'm convinced. So this one I'm very convinced it is the brilliant Meg Donnelly. I haven't heard her sing in quite a while because it's been quite a while since I've seen the zombies films. So, but I know she can sing. She's very talented, and the fact we have her on the show is just absolutely fantastic. So, and honestly, I know we've had quite a few Group A winners over the years, the past 3 years, few seasons. Hang on, it came out to 12, 10, 11, 10, 9, 8. So the past 6 seasons, we've had a winner from Group B. From Group A, I mean, I would like to have it mixed up a little bit because I think it kind of get boring after like the past. Sorry, you can hear that then. But season 12 and season 11, I think deserved a Group A winner. But I just think it would be nice to have a mix as well in terms of which group wins the show, if that makes sense. So, but I do think she's going to make the Super Six regardless. But the other two, I'm very kind of torn between who will go through. But I think Cora is definitely the one going through to the Super Six, or the merge, as we like to call it as well. So, yeah, my guess is Meg Donnelly, and I'm sticking with that guess. And now we've got to talk about probably the performance I was not expecting from this contestant whatsoever. And that was Paparazzo, and he performed Hallelujah by the brilliant Leonard Cohen. I mean, the song's been covered so many times, and I mean, the Leonard Cohen version is just absolutely unreal. Like, the pain, the grit in Leonard's voice in that song was just so amazing. And, you know, we lost him a few years ago, which was, I think, about nearly 10 years ago, I think. So it's really sad we lost him then. But I seriously did not expect this side of him this week. Just I heard hearing the story, and was yeah. Sorry about that, but honestly, this was a very moving performance as well. And to be honest, I did shed a tear towards the end, and he's just got such a beautiful voice as well. Like, no way would I have expected him to do a ballad literally the second performance, but he delivered. He really delivered this performance. It was just absolutely fantastic. And I think you know, excuse me, you heard that again. So I don't know why you have these hiccups. They're so annoying as well. Like, I apologise deeply if you can hear me hiccuping. I can't help it. It's the worst. But it was just so beautiful, and just hearing this side of him literally was just wonderful, wonderful performance, and my favourite one of the night, if I have to say. So the brief guess I had for Seth MacFarlane is, like I mentioned, it's just out there. It's completely gone. It's definitely not Seth MacFarlane, and I'm now on the agreement with the online guess. I'm also convinced it is Matthew Lawrence. Now, going through the clues, he mentioned working with Robin Williams, who is who was an absolute legend as well, you know, and we lost him as well about 10 years ago. So, and the thing with Robin Williams was, while on the outside, Paparazzo kind of mentioned this briefly, but on the outside, he was just this ball of energy, just amazing, just funny, like, crazy person, just making everybody laugh. Like, he was having the best time. But behind the curtains, like, deep down inside, he was actually really struggling with depression and just with other stuff. And like, I'm sure everyone knows, he actually took his own life, actually, because he was just feeling just completely, and it was just a huge tragedy because we lost such a legend. And I've seen the movies he's been in, and they've always made me laugh. So the fact we lost Robin Williams, you know, is just, and he is one of my comedy idols as well. Like, kind of. Anyways, so working with Robin Williams, Matthew was in the movie Mrs. Doubtfire with Robin. The witch reference, we saw a little, like, a line out of a witch, and he was in the Witches of Pembroke, if I'm pronouncing that right. Now, this clue I had to do a bit of deep diving in because I was like, huh? So, excuse me. He mentioned about kids knowing his voice. Well, believe it or not, when he was 16 years old, he was actually in a kids' TV series called called Adventures of the Book of Vitrus, if I pronounce it, and he voiced Tom Swainer in it, and he was age 16 when he did that that role, voiceover car. So um, I'm sticking with my guess of Matthew Lawrence. And by the way, if this is Matthew Lawrence, honestly, my kudos go to you, man, because I never knew you had this good of a singing voice. I've never heard you sing before, but you, my friend, are very, very talented. So, yeah, I can't wait to see you make it far in the competition. I kind of hope you make the Super Six, if I'm really honest. But it's going to be tough with Ant because both of them are, all the Group A singers are really good this season. See what I mean? And then we have the eliminated contestant of the episode. That was Fuzzy Pete, who performed I'm a Believer by the Monkees, which was the ending song of the movie. And vocally, in my opinion, he didn't do a bad job at all. I thought this was his best performance vocally. So, I thought he gave a really good performance. And while it was pretty obvious he was going home, at the same time, I could have seen him making it through in any other series, like maybe season. I don't know, maybe season 12, maybe last season. I could have seen maybe making it over instead of Woodpecker. Maybe Woodpecker was in that season. I could have seen him maybe edging his way there, but I don't know. Of course, I don't know. But it was actually good. He actually did pretty well, even though he lasted 2 episodes. He did pretty well. So it was the reveal of him, and I'm kind of kicking myself I didn't get this, but it was revealed to be none other than Oscar De La Hoya. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of kicking myself I didn't get that because I know he was on The Masked Dancer as the zebra, and honestly, I know a lot of people were guessing him online, but I was so kind of with Robin's guess of John of what's his name? John Leguizamo? Is that his name? I was convinced. I was really leaning towards Robin's guess, but no, it was Oscar De La Hoya, which honestly blew my mind because I never expected him to do the show after he did The Masked Dancer. But the fact he did The Masked Singer here was just brilliant. I thought he did brilliant. So, massive kudos to you, my friend. And also, he's actually got a pretty good singing voice. Excuse me. And I know that his mother was into music, and I think he kind of got into that by her, or his mother did. His mum kind of taught him into music. So so yeah. So message out to you. Oh. So anyway, message out to you, my friend Oscar. You did fantastic for the last 2 episodes, and yeah, welcome to the Masked Singer. Great, it was great having you, man. And then we had the final. Okay, my words out. We had the final performance of the night, and that was the Ants who performed "Wide Awake" by Katy Perry. I actually don't know if this was in the movie or not. I'm not too sure if this actually was in the movie or it was the soundtrack. I'm not too sure. But again, she absolutely delivered this week. It was just so powerful, so emotional, and Jenny was even tearing up after and performed, which was quite beautiful. I'm not a fan of Jenny at all, but hearing Jenny talk about her story was quite emotional too. But yeah, it was her. It was a beautiful performance. This was. Now, this is where things get interesting here because I was still thinking Hilary Duff when I watched the performance, but most of the clues don't really fit up to Hilary anymore. The voice sounds similar, but the clues do not. So I've currently put Hilary Duff on the back burner. I still have Hilary Duff as my guess on the back burner. So I do have two names, but I'm going to go my guess. I've seen briefly online before I say the other guess I've been seeing online. So the guess I've been seeing online briefly, and I'm kind of leaning towards this person now. And funny enough, if Ken doesn't actually say this person, I'm going to be surprised because he guessed her to be the gazelle on season 10, and that is Constance Wu. Now, and of course, she was on Crazy Asians. Was it? Hang on, sorry, I need to give you this. Hang on, Constance Wu. Hang on. Was it Crazy Asians? I don't know. Crazy Rich Asians. That's what it was. She was in that with Ken, and she was She was in Fresh Out the Boat Hustlers. Lila Crocodile, that's one of them. Wish Drago is another one. And I do think it could be her. And I'll go for the clues because I just want I'm gonna go for the clues now, but I just want to little disclaimer. What I'm gonna read here is very, very hard hitting. So if you don't feel comfortable, what I'm gonna say right now, what one of her clues for the connection, just please fast forward. Because this is a very sensitive thing going on here. I want to talk about a clue. Um, so she mentioned she was forced to stay silent by someone, and she had been very open about her actually being sexually assaulted by one of the producers on the set of one of her former comedy sets, and she was actually forced to stay quiet about it for a very long time before actually having the courage to go up and actually open up about what happened, which was it's absolutely horrible as well because you know it's just absolutely horrible that people, especially people, do that to doing saying someone. I remember that happened with Drake Bell, and he opened up about the man. What was the name? Brian Wilson, not Brian Wilson. Not what's his name? Okay, I need to do that again. Hang on, Drake, but Brian Peck. That was that scumbag's name. Brian Peck. That was the person as well. But yeah, what she had been through was so upsetting as well, and I think, one of the things that make me kind of more upset to hearing about it was kind of the fact, just trying to, not only did she have to stay silent about it, but I feel like at the same time, I think it's unfair that she still thinks that she is apologizing for, emotional. It was just, it was just really, it's just horrible what she had to go through. So I'm glad that she's doing well now. And the alarm clock, um, um, there was the alarm clock, in the clues, and there was a scene in Fresh Off the Boat, where she actually brought an alarm clock. Again, that could be manifesting there a little bit, but I'm not too sure. But also, there was another guess, I'd seen online, and that's another popular guess, which I'll get quickly, and that was, if I can find her name. Excuse me again. These hiccups are just, oh, they're absolutely getting on my nerves. But I have to go. I'd keep pushing through. But Aubrey O'Day. That's the other popular guess I've been seeing. And I think her clue package, talking about being with someone evil in a way, was because she had a connection with Diddy, P Diddy, which let me get it up, and because I'm trying to find it. Never mind. But anyways, she had a connection with Diddy. I think something between her and Diddy happened, and to be honest with you, I'm very glad that she's kind of. I think she talked about it as well. Also, I'm very glad that Aubrey actually talked about her experience, because we can all agree that P Diddy is just probably one of the most probably one of the biggest scum. I don't know what to say. We can all agree that P Diddy is one of the biggest scumbags ever, especially in America, especially with the law. Because he's currently in jail, where he bloody belongs as well, because he's an absolute scumbag of a person, especially what he did to one of his wives, or former spouses, was just absolutely horrendous. So, I've never been a fan of P Diddy myself, but that makes me even lower of him. So that's that. But I'm trying to connect more of the clues that would make sense to Aubrey. I think I might have done some. I mean, looking back at the first week, some of the clues in my head definitely make sense for her. Let me find it. Um, she was in the. I found the connection now. She was actually because she was in the group Dainty Kane, but which was formed by P Diddy, F that scumbag, and she was also kicked out of him by him, and he tried to portray her as just being very mean, and we can all agree it's horrible. You know, he's just honestly P Diddy's probably one of the most prolific people celebrities of modern day because he's just an absolute pricky. I shouldn't be swearing, but I said it. But I am leaning towards Constance, but I can definitely see the Aubrey guest. Let me know in the comments below if you think it's either Constance or Aubrey. But I'm leaning towards Constance as of right now. Um, but sorry, these hiccups are really getting me. But that's it for this week's recap and review of The Masked Singer season 13 for Shrek Night. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the episode. Next week is the Rat Pack tribute night. I'm very looking forward to seeing this episode as the Rat Pack of Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra. I can't remember the other one, but honestly, I can't wait to see the performances. And I honestly do not know who's going to go home. Out of the three singers, I think Cole was a shoo-in to make it through. But the other two of Paparazzo and Ant, I can't call. I don't know who's going to go home between the two. So we'll find out. But I'm leaning towards Ant maybe because I think Paparazzo really kind of touched my heart this week. So, but we'll only find out. But as of right now, my early guess is Coral and Paparazzo. I think will make it to the Super Six, and I think Ant will be the one unmasked. But I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with that prediction. But of course, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. With post notification turned on, I would really appreciate that. But again, thank you so much for watching this video. And of course, I will see you guys next time.